Mother Nature, I hate Mother Nature so much. We got here this morning, it was cold, right? It wasn't that much over freezing. It was really, really cold. Jason and I trained a couple. Sweeney, who's racing on Tuesday in the Iron Maiden. And I trained Lonely Lakewood. Now, Lonely Lakewood made a little skip here, but I liked what I saw before and after the skip. I don't really care about the skip. Concerns for today. Now, Sedona Hill, I'll tell you one thing. Frustrating little troll of an animal when she wants to be. She was feeling good and trotting good around the first turn. And it used to be she'd follow good on a helmet. Well, I got her up close to Ty Lloyd's helmet. Now, you got to understand, I'm following the two horses that beat Insider Trading last week, right? The good colt that made all the money of Sam Scalacci's and Ty Lloyd's good trotting colt. That's who I'm following with Sedona. And, she's getting hot. And I could have just moved her over, right? I can't. I didn't want to do that with her. I just wanted her to settle. And she went on the turn, put a step in and run for no reason. I was mad at the time. Now, keep in mind, it is now raining. The track is covered in mud. My eyeballs are burning. Still burning from last night. So I'm not in good trim anyway. Makes a break. I was angry when she did. And I just said to Jason, that chain that you had on Born to Dance last night, just put that on Sedona Hill. We'll see how funny she is. She'll qualify no problem. Mechanically, aside from and that was just being rude and nothing else. Aside from that, let's call it a momentary lapse of common sense on her part. Aside from that, she was trotting fine. In hindsight, there was a lot of headwind. It was just a bad day. Raining and windy, and then just in case you weren't freezing already, they throw a little snow in there. Also, it was just a rotten day. Not the worst. I told you guys, freezing rain. I'll never forget that day in Georgian Downs when it rained. Freezing rain is as hard as you can imagine. That was the worst I've ever experienced. But this was bad enough. I'm not going to rate it and say it's top 5. No, it was bad. It wasn't a nice day at all. So, I think who's next? Prince Charmer, maybe? No, he wasn't next. Purple People Eater. Now, Purple People Eater has always worn a snake cord. Now, I got to set the table, I guess, for everybody. When Purple People Eater was training down, she was making a lot of breaks. And I told everybody, don't worry about it. I know this filly. I know what her sister was like. I know what she was like. And truthfully speaking, her being warm is only... She's just trying to getting geared up. Purple People Eater did... Purple Aura did that as a 3-year-old starting to get ready for the races. She was getting a little ornery. I think she's just getting sharp. She's starting to look good and feel good. She looks like $1 million, that filly. And she wears a snake cord, but Callie had put a rope one on. You have to be a guy that sits behind them or a lady that sits behind them and understand the difference sometimes between a rope and a wire snake cord. It is quite different. And the rope just wasn't enough. She was towing on me pretty good. This affiliate had made breaks, trotting great. 1, 2, 3, 4, perfect. Especially considering the track was hard as a rock. Now you have water on top of a track that was like cement. If we hadn't had them all warmed up before it started raining, I just would have scratched them all. But here it is. We were coming off the track with Gypsy Hill. Last one. And it's raining hard. It's pouring rain. I'm so mad. Because it looked on the radar. It might miss us. Maybe, maybe not. It did not. So, she was just a little warm, a little ornery, and that's it. No big deal. The trip for her was good. And again, he had a pretty good headwind. Those two horses that beat me, the one, I know that they were saying Scotty likes the filly that was behind me, that Chris Lems beat me with something, pancakes and syrup or some dumb name, I don't know. It just popped out and attacked. But I was happy, very, very happy with Purple People Eater. I was very happy with what I saw from her today. It won't be a problem. Wire snake cord. Sit her on a helmet. A-okay. But a good mile from her. Prince Charmer was good too. He bled a little bit last week when he had made the break in the qualifier. So today he was on Lasix. There was just a drop found, which isn't shocking considering he's coming right back. And never ever been great. And this is what I said to Jason. Prince Charmer is an okay horse. But he lets you know that. There's no fear of overachievement. He doesn't go out there, he doesn't make you feel like he's going to be a killer. He's just a meat and potatoes, go and get it done type horse. And I like that type of horse. But I just asked a little much for him. On the front end, the wind hit him and it was muddy, and he just said, you know what? There's always next time. And he kind of give it up a bit, but there's no slouch that blew by him either. That was Corn Star. Pretty nice filly, marking 54, and a legit speed demon, like she can go. So Prince Charmer was good. I was happy with him. The only one that bothered me a bit, it's obviously fixable. Irresistible Sun was doing everything perfectly, starting in the backstretch and get on the left line. So I'm like, well, all right, I'll just move you over into the 2-wide path and we'll figure out what's going on here after. The further we got, the more he's on the left line. He finished up way out in the middle of the track. And Dr. Latessa is looking at him. There was no lameness that I could discern. I couldn't see anything wrong with the mechanics of Irresistible Sun. That was a good mile for him. 2 minutes, and all that 31 and 2 was me because I couldn't steer him straight. He was going right. So I don't know what it was. Maybe a stifle, a little bit weak or something like that. I don't know. We'll get to the bottom of it. But aside from that, I was very, very happy with what I saw from Irresistible Sun today. Gypsy Hill was a little frustrating. You know, we've been tinkering with the shoes, and I thought we hit him good. Then he made that break in the first turn, which I didn't think he needed to make, to be honest. And then afterwards, here's the problem with Gypsy's whole argument about hitting himself today. His boots were all covered in mud. Everybody's was. Now, you would think if you're hitting those boots, you would see what? Big scuff marks and patches out of the spray, right? Almost like you just wiped your finger on a muddy boot. Even if you wipe your finger, you'd see that streak, right? So you'd see patches where he was hitting the boot. There was none, not one patch. So Gypsy's caught my attention. We come off the track, and the whole time we've had Gypsy, it's never been an argument or a discussion to geld him. But and I'm not one to say, you know what? I think we just geld him, he'd be better. I'm not making excuses. I think if we geld him, he will be better because of his attitude. But I just don't know where that came from today. I don't understand why he was looking to make a break. Dr. Latessa went over and said, yeah, his hocks, maybe his left stifle. None of that would indicate why he was out of gear in the turns like that. Because I didn't hear him hitting, and just because it was raining so hard and there was so much spray and mud in the boots, I could see there was nothing there. Never touched it. So a little frustrated with him and Sedona today. Easily fixable on both of them. I think we are going to castrate Gypsy Hill just because at this point there is no reason to have him a stud any longer. There's more than enough time to get this over and done with, trained up and qualified and ready to go before stake season, so that the timeline works. It's not like there's anything waiting for him right now. Straight numbers at 4. That's a tall order at Northfield. And I was thinking of maybe taking him over and just qualifying him at the Meadows. And I've talked about maybe sending him to Mohawk. And we can do all of those. One of those or none of those. But I think the first thing we're going to do is literally nip this in the bud. I'm not going to say his attitude was poor today, but I think he looked a little too quickly to stage door right rather than just pushing through and doing his work. So we're going to castrate Gypsy Hill. We're going to come back and qualify Sedona Hill. That won't be a problem next week. That's just, I guarantee you, she'll be much more respectful of that chain than she was the bit she had in her mouth today. And happy with the other horses. We'll get them all raced very, very soon. I was talking to Jason. We were going to enter mounts for all back in 6 days in the series here, and I said, well, the series here is 4 legs. The final's right around the time that the one in Indiana starts, so I don't really care. The straight numbers of 2 goes for more money than that Iron Maiden series. So let's just race him in the numbers of 2, where I'm sure he'll do fine. He can beat around there for a couple of weeks, and then we can send him down to Indiana. So that's the plan. I was happy with Irresistible Sun. That's whatever's bogging, guaranteed easy fix. Irresistible Sun. I was happy with Prince Charmer, and I was happy with Purple People Eater. Little angry at Sedona Hill. We can fix that. Little disappointed with Gypsy Hill, but it's a long year, not the end of the world. We'll get that fixed right up. So with that, that's today in a nutshell. We had some trainers. We have some more trainers tomorrow. We have the babies going under the video for you guys tomorrow. We're going to slow everybody down around 2:30 tomorrow, just because the weather is not going to be cooperating. It hasn't cooperated all week here. So we'll see how that goes. We have more drones on Saturday. We have, I'm Fancy Like making her first start of the season on Saturday also. Friday, I don't know if we have anybody. I'm sure we do somewhere. Maybe Southern Ohio or something. And tonight, obviously, we have Drebin and I know there's one more. I can't think of who it is. Anyway, that's it for today. It's now 2 o'clock and we're done for the afternoon. I got some running around to do. I'm on grocery duty. Got to pick the kids up pizza. But I am all done otherwise. So with that, I'll let you go. I will talk to you all very soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care.